Our next guest had a slew of symptoms causing her to be sick for 2 straight years without finding the root cause. From a 6-month migraine to a fatal blood disorder, Elissa Bassist was left confused and frustrated by contradicting doctors. Watch.
It felt like being on a bad date. Every doctor appointment felt like I was on a bad date. I was talking too much, texting too much, asking too many questions, and they were uninterested, frustrated, aggravated, and they wanted to get out of there. The first thing that happened to me was I was losing my vision, accompanied by a 24/7, 6-month headache, and I had no idea what was wrong. I thought, and in a way hoped that it was a brain tumor, just so I could know what it is. I finally went to someone who's called a psychopharmacologist. She found out that the medication I was prescribed, I was experiencing side effects that had caused nerve and muscle damage that was like pulling on my eyes and my brain. I was going from doctor to doctor to doctor, explaining my symptoms, and I just felt like I was annoying them. And they didn't believe in my pain like I did. And I could tell they didn't because of what they would suggest was wrong, which was often nothing. Am I imagining it? Am I making it worse? Is this something that I'm doing to myself? Finally, I went to a gastroenterologist for my stomach ache. In our appointment, she said, and I quote, "What if nothing's wrong with you?" And then the next day, she called me to let me know that I had hyponatremia. Hyponatremia is a fatal blood disease that people literally drop dead from.
Wow, welcome to DBL, Elissa Bassist.
Wow.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you.
Elissa, so glad you are life-saving on this show right now. Tell us, how did you get relief after your hyponatremia diagnosis?
Okay, well, you wouldn't believe it, but it didn't end there. The pain showed up again in my arms and then in my back, and I had gone to see an acupuncturist who suggested that my physical symptoms could be coming from repressed rage. And she said that the body will churn up emotions and trauma, not always in tears, but in headaches. And this really changed my perspective on what was making me sick. Then another doctor recommended, randomly I thought, to see an OCD specialist.
Oh, wow.
who would help me express my every emotion, help me get my voice back, which would help me regain health. And in researching my book, Hysterical, I found so many medical studies that showed that emotions affect the immune system, the mind affects the body, we can make ourselves sick, and studies on expression therapy and on emotional awareness show that both of those things improve immune function, improve survival rates, reduce pain on the level of most pain relievers. And that's what happened to me. The more I started using my voice, advocating for myself, getting mad when I felt mad, saying no, and not apologizing every other minute, my pain started to go away along with my rage.
Bravo.
Wow.
Bravo.
I'm reading the prompter here, and it's just shot. It says that you were sick for 2 years straight. 2 straight years you were sick. When did you realize we were taking being healthy for granted?
Being sick is a waking nightmare. Illness, pain, it hijacks your days, your reality, your sense of self, your personality. And my whole life, I've always been called too emotional, melodramatic, hysterical, and all of that was unattractive. So I started to just bite my tongue until it bled. I started to say less, argue less, settle for less, ask for less, and all of which contributed to me getting sick, staying powerless, and my silence ended up hurting me more than anything I could say. And at some point I realized I would rather be alive and well than nice and quiet. And now I also know that a day without a headache is a good day. Nothing else has to happen.
Wow. So you wrote a book about your experiences, ironically titled Hysterical, and normally I'd get in trouble if I said that word to a woman these days, but why did you call it hysterical?
My book is about every single definition of the word.
Okay,
it's about an unexplained physical illness. It's about uncontrolled extreme emotion. It's about how we use these derogatory words and labels on women to pathologize their feelings and to silence them. It's about these enduring medical myths and misconceptions of the female body that just won't die. And it's about the mind-body syndrome, which today is like a hysteria diagnosis, but without the sexism. It's about how the mind transcribes repressed emotions on the body in the form of intense pain along the nerves. And according to my mom, the book is very funny.
I love it.
Good.
According to a lot of people, I'm reading all the different reviews on the back. Well done. Thank you so much, Elissa. DBL Nation, you have to pick up a copy of Hysterical, available at your independent bookstore or at elissabassist.com. Thank you so much, Elissa.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.